Good morning, guys. It is March 31st, and I'm gonna do a full day of eating for you guys. I already had coffee with 10 grams of MCT oil, and that was my breakfast. It is now 6 o'clock. I got up at like 4:45. I had some work to do. I had some emails to answer, and now I'm going to the gym, and I'm gonna train glutes. And I will have this in my update that I'm gonna film today, but my HIIT got upped to 7 days a week. So every time I lift, I do HIIT after, and I've been doing sprints on the treadmill on a 15 incline and doing 30 seconds running, 30 seconds walking for 15 minutes. So it kicks my butt. It's really, really hard. But that's what I'm doing this morning, and then I'm gonna come back and eat, so I'll show you what I'm eating. Also, I'm 2.5 weeks out, which is different than you might think, and I'll also explain that in my update, which went up right before this video. So I'll have that linked below, and it'll explain a lot about what I'm doing now. I just got back from the gym, and I made some protein ice cream, and I'm starving. It's almost 9 o'clock in the morning, and all I've had is my MCTs. But if you want the recipe for that, it's in a separate vlog, so I'll make sure I link it down below. And then at the gym, I picked up 2 more bottles of MCT oil because I am like flying through it. And this stuff is bomb. I've never tried the butter flavor, but I'm excited to put it on fish. So we'll see how that tastes. And then this guy will be for my coffees. Okay guys, next meal is 140 grams of tilapia and asparagus. And then I have some of this buttered flavored MCT oil on it. And if you could just smell it, it smells like my food is covered in butter, but it is delicious. And I know you guys have heard me say that I'm not a huge fan of tilapia, and I'm not, and you'll notice I've like not really had it my whole prep, but it was on sale this week. I just much prefer mahi or cod, especially because that's usually wild and tilapia is farmed, but it was on sale, so I only have 2 days worth of it. So I'm gonna suck it up for a couple days, and then I'm gonna change it up. But yeah, today and tomorrow is gonna be tilapia, but I get to put some MCT oil on it, so it tastes much better. That's what I'm having for my second meal, and it is 10 o'clock. It is noon and time for meal number 3. I am having 300 grams of liquid egg whites, and I'm gonna add a little bit of fresh spinach. And then to that, I've been loving this seasoning on eggs. It's a table blend, but it's really good cooked. It's the Mrs. Dash roasted garlic with herb. And I like it because it's like thinner grind. As you can see, it's not like those thick, big chunks. So I put a little bit of that on there. And I'll show you what it looks like when it's done. And there's the finished product. I just put some pink Himalayan salt on there and a little bit of freshly ground black pepper. So that's meal 3. It is 12:30. I'm about to go to work. I have 140 grams of tilapia and asparagus, and I have 2 of those. And then, whoops, there's my salt. And I have 5 grams of coconut oil, MCT oil on both of those for my fat source. So that's gonna be meal 4 and 5. And then tonight when I get home, I'm gonna have egg whites again, and that'll wrap up my day. So yeah, those will be eaten at about 2 o'clock and 4 o'clock.
And 1 and 2 and 2 and 1. Aw, shucks, I can't dance.
guys, I am busy making meal number 6. I wanted to show you guys a way to jazz up egg whites if you are sick of eating omelets or egg white scrambles. This is something that I don't typically do because it's very time consuming, but it's something that you can do ahead. So keep that in mind. And like I said, if you're really sick of egg whites, it's a good change up. And if you have a sweet tooth, I am actually making very healthy meringues. This is kind of like my prep friendly meringue, lemon meringue pie. But please do note, you cannot use the liquid egg whites for this. You have to use real eggs. So all the steps that you saw me take, I used 300 grams of egg whites, I weighed them out, a half of a lemon, and a little bit of stevia, and that's it. And what I'm doing over here is whipping them up in my KitchenAid. You can use a hand mixer as well. They are not done yet, but it's loud, and I had to let it shut it off while I was talking. But you do that until they're stiff peaks. And I'm going to show you how they look when they're done. I have the oven preheating to 300 degrees. I do cook it on convection bake, so it dries them out a little bit more. If you don't have convection, that's okay. I would say to just cook it at 300, but watch them because they go quickly. And yeah, that's what it's gonna be dinner, actually. I look like a wet dog because we just walked the dogs and got caught in the rain. And Buzzy does not like rain, so he wanted to run back to the house, so I got to run in the rain. Cardio. So yeah, I'm making cookies for dinner, and I will show you what they look like when I put them on my pan. I just have a regular baking sheet here with parchment paper, and I'm gonna make these guys up and eat. Once your egg whites are stiff like so, they are done. So I'm going to put those onto the pan and show you what they look like. So they all didn't even fit on the pan. I have to have 2 pans, and this is 300 grams of just egg whites with lemon juice and stevia. So I'm gonna pop these guys in the oven, and I'll show you what they look like when they're all done. And if you like volume eating, then this recipe is for you. So ideally, if you had a ton of time to bake these cookies, you want to put your oven at like 200 and bake them for, I don't know, close to 2 hours, like a really long time. Then they'd be super crunchy on the outside and like moist on the inside. They'd be so good. But I want to eat them before I go to bed, and I'm an old lady, so I go to bed at like 8 o'clock. So I crank my oven up to 300 and only bake them for like 20 minutes. Okay guys, that is what they look like when they come out. They are still pretty flimsy, but they're very cookie-like. Like I said, if you let them bake a little bit longer at a lower temperature, they will come out crispier, but I'm hungry, so I just baked them up. I put a little bit of this stevia chocolate syrup on top, mostly just for a picture, but there you go. And I get to eat, there's 4 there, 6 of these bad boys for dinner. Not too shabby. But that is going to wrap up this video and wrap up this full day of eating. If you enjoyed it, please give it a thumbs up. If you guys make these cookies, make sure you post a picture on Instagram and tag me in it so that I can see it. And if you have any like cool ways of topping them, like some peanut butter on them would be bomb, or like sprinkling PB2, like powdered sugar. If only I had the macros for it. That would be so good. But yeah, make these, let me know how they are, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Oh my god, you guys have to make these with the chocolate syrup. It seriously tastes like a donut.